What is up, everyone? I'm Lauren Sisler with AL.com. Jim Dunaway with the JOX Roundtable. We're hanging out here at the beautiful Caliber store in Homewood, Alabama. It's the first week of fall, so why not kick back, throw on the fireplace. We'll put let's see if I can get it to work.
There it is. Do you bring marshmallows? Pumpkin spice something?
I love me some marshmallows and some pumpkin spice. It is the first week of fall. It doesn't feel like it. It's 85, 90 degrees outside. But Jim, week 5 of the college football season.
Yeah, it's flying by for Alabama. 49-point favorites at home against Louisiana. Here's another former Nick Saban assistant, Billy Napier, now coming to play against the teacher, where all those guys, whether it's Jimbo, Kirby, whomever, are 13-0 on the wrong side. So they're 0-13 against Nick Saban. Most people expected to go 0-14 this week.
All right, let's go 3 and out. We're going to go over/under. Does Alabama have more than 38 carries or less?
Well, it seems to be a point of emphasis, right? Alabama's trying to prove they can still run the football. But as Damian Harris said this week, there's only one ball. And when Tua's throwing it the way there's a lot of people to touch the football. So I don't think they get to 38 against Louisiana. I think Tua gets the business done. They'll run well, but they won't run often. So I'm going to say under 38.
I'm going to go over, not much over. Nick Saban pointed to that in the press conference after this Texas A&M game. He said, I want you guys to start writing something negative. He gave us permission to do so. And I think the one thing they're pointing to, they got to establish the run game because it helps with time of possession. And that, of course, lopsided against Texas A&M, something he wants them to work on. Second down.
Yeah, second down. Let's go Tua Tagovailoa, who's obviously a Heisman candidate. We haven't seen him for 4 quarters yet. We got 3 really good quarters against Texas A&M. That would get 4 this week against Louisiana, but over/under 3.5 touchdowns for the prolific passer that is Tua Tagovailoa.
Yeah, the campaign is on for Tua Tagovailoa. Right now, he's 6-5 to win the Heisman. He's ahead of Will Grier. He's ahead of Dwayne Gaskins at Ohio State. I think that, Nick Saban always tries to kind of bat away the thought of the Heisman campaign, the Heisman talk. But if Tua really wants to pad out those stats, I could see him playing into the third quarter, maybe get an extra touchdown in there. So I'm going to go over 3.5 touchdowns in this one.
Oh, I'll go over 2 in the first quarter, or at least the first half. Louisiana comes in. Billy Napier's rebuilding the program. Tua will get his work done, get it done quickly, and we'll get out of the football game because the November to remember is still to come down the stretch. That's where the Heisman's won, and those will be the games that will decide the Heisman for the Dwayne Haskins, the Will Griers, and the Tua Tagovailoas of the world.
Yeah, you make a great point there. Now we go to third down. Jalen Hurts, will he take a snap in this football game? If he does, that burns the red shirt. Are you saying over under 1 snap?
Ooh, that's worth the price of admission this week to go see if you see Jalen Hurts. I'm going to say, as we tape this right now, that we do see Jalen Hurts. I think he's in as a team player for the long haul, and I think he's going to be there with this team until the very end, until he gets his degree and plays 1 more year somewhere else. So I'm saying yes, Jalen Hurts is in with this team to the end.
And I couldn't agree with you more. Jalen Hurts has really shown some progression as a quarterback, more accuracy, more consistency as a passer. And I think at this point, you stay at Alabama, you work on your development, work on your growth, and then you go somewhere else and have a solid year of football left to play. And as you said, he's a team player. All right, we're dropping it like it's hot. Big person on campus. So Jimmy D, we like this segment. We get to pick who went to the other school, and in this case, Louisiana-Lafayette. They like to be called Louisiana, the Ragin Cajuns, and our friend Richard Simmons went to Louisiana-Lafayette. Richard Simmons, the famed, energetic, lively fitness instructor that we came to love back in the 70s and 80s?
I'll be honest, when you said Richard Simmons, I first thought of Russell Simmons, the Def Comedy Jam guy, who is very, very creative. But Richard Simmons, I think ironic that he went to Louisiana-Lafayette, where they're known for their hot food. And here's a guy who was hot in the 80s, really energetic, and really, really had small, very, very small shorts. I remember that part about him. Big hair, small shorts.
Big hair, small shorts. Who he, by the way, is 70 years old right now, and he also did not graduate from Louisiana. He ended up graduating from Florida State. Just a little FYI. Okay, moving on. We are going to our picks. It is time to make our predictions, folks. And Jim, I will let you go first.
All right, Alabama, Louisiana, 49-point favorite according to Danny Sheridan. I'm going to take Louisiana to cover in this one. I don't think Nick Saban runs it up too much on Billy Napier. This is a team that's really good at the run-pass option. We saw that caused Alabama some problem with Kellen Mond this past week. So I think Louisiana-Lafayette, or just Louisiana, scores 1 touchdown this week. Give me the final score of 50-7, Alabama.
Woo, we are close. All right, I'm going Alabama 52-6. I think they might kick a field goal or two in this one, primarily because Louisiana-Lafayette gave up 331 rushing yards to Mississippi State, 311 to Coastal Carolina. I think that Alabama's going to establish the run game, give us a little confidence in that area. 52-6. That's my pick.
God, it's so hot with this fireplace in here.
Getting hot in here.
Not as hot as it was last week at
Richard
Bryant-Denny.
Simmons? Maybe you need some of those short shorts,
Did he have
like Richard Simmons.
Now, he wasn't the guy who came up with shake weights, right?
I don't think so.
No? You know shake weights, right? Yes.
That guy. We'll get to that in another episode, perhaps. This video was brought to you by Caliber, a luxury store in Homewood, Alabama that's reviving the finer things in hunting and fishing.